Hello, baby.
I was crazy once.
I'm thinking of a number.
Suck my robot balls.
Suck my robot balls. For those of you who don't know, which is actually everybody,
That's right.
we were just watching epic rap battles of history.
That's not how they say it, Spencer. You gotta say it like he does, or whoever the announcer is.
The announcer. Exactly, just like that.
There you go. Yeah, I miss that part of the internet. You know, it was a very wholesome. I don't know about wholesome, but it felt nicer to me.
Different time.
Yeah.
A different time.
Original
you know,
time.
It's original time.
You know, we're never gonna go back to it, right? Like
Yeah.
TikTok has fucking fried our minds to like only watch Get Ready With Me content or like React content or I don't know, like making a silly little video with Lara Croft versus Indiana Jones. Who's better? It's just crazy. And you know what? Like the rhymes, the whatever you call them, the rap lyrics, I guess, are pretty fun. They actually reference a lot of different stuff.
Yeah.
Which is
the
good.
Oppenheimer one was really funny because this hey, I can't believe this is how we're starting the episode, but there was one that was about Oppenheimer before the movie came out.
2019.
But they got quite a Cillian Murphy-esque performance out of this guy.
Yeah, doing a very low voice and his J. Robert Oppenheimer. They do reference him. They say Oppie. They say that he fucked his friend's wife.
He was the wife fucker. That was his number one thing.
Yeah, that's his. Yeah, and number 2, making the atom bomb.
Yeah.
So
I have the book now. I got it for $5 at a used bookstore, which is
what's it called?
thrilling.
Oppie?
American Prometheus. The American Oppenheimer. It should just be called the American Oppenheimer.
Well, imagine that was your new name. You're the American Oppenheimer.
They call me the American Oppenheimer. They call me the White Larry Bird.
What's that from again?
I don't know. I just made it up right now, but it might be from something else.
I think that's like from like 30 Rock or
Yeah.
something. Like I think it must be something like Tracy says like he was like the White Larry Bird, and there's like a quick reaction shot of people going like, "What?"
Yeah.
You think that player would be on the New York Knicks? Tracy's all giraffe basketball team.
I think
I made
I
that joke
think it would
earlier to Spencer, and we're doing it today. You guys, you know what I'm doing today?
What are you doing
not
today?
Sucking robot balls.
That's true.
I'm gonna take my friend Joseph to Suit Supply and get a suit made.
Wow.
The supply of suits.
And that's right. We're gonna talk about that. Well, maybe not that particular journey because again, like I just said, I'm gonna do that after the recording of this episode.
Yeah.
But
What you should
I
do
think
is
it's
you
time
should
to talk about Suit
bring.
Supply.
Hold on. Bring your laptop with like
Okay.
a harness, like the
Oh, I
Nathan
see what you're
Fielder
saying.
thing with the microphone, and then you can record during the whole process, and so we could really get the inside look on how it works.
When you say record, I'm like, this is a podcast, so it's audio. You're just hearing like measuring.
Yeah,
tape
you're just
and, like,
hearing that,
ruffling
but you're
of,
also giving like live
it's more of a-
commentary during the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm like, hey Jack, that's a little too. Let's leave it that wider.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all it is.
Uh-huh.
But guys, welcome back. Welcome to the show of the century, Style and Direction, a mentor podcast without the stuffiness.
We were announced show of the century. It's very exciting by
That's right.
the Century Committee. They decided that we were the show of the century.
Thank you to all the voters of the Academy of the Century Committee.
That's right. It is an academy too.
And
The Century Academy.
Society.
Yeah, the Century Society.
Committee. Yeah, the Committee of the Century's Academy.
That's right.
They've told us that we're the show of the century, and if you're listening to this, your patron amount has just been doubled because of how special it is
That's
now.
true.
Actually, so we're thanking you. It's automatic. Unfortunately,
There's nothing
so,
we can do about it, really.
Yeah, we can't. We don't. Who knows how to give money back?
Yeah.
I can't. I never even know how to take money out of my fucking wallet.
That's
you know
right.
What I'm saying?
And I've been behind you at the grocery store.
And yeah, you're like, sorry, this is $10. Like, I literally
I can't give this to you. And they're like, can you tap?
But I
and
need
it's like,
to live.
no. I won't tap. I have to pay cash and everything. I don't own a credit card.
It's I just reminded.
Yeah.
I just got reminded of the Little Caesars commercial I showed Spencer like yesterday, where it's like a guy with a cast and his wallet's in the other pocket, and then he just yells as he breaks his cast to grab his wallet, and the TikTok clip that I have just cuts as he just starts yelling, which is really funny.
That's pretty good.
My name is Ethan M. Wong, guys. I don't know if you knew that, but here I am. I'm one of your 3 hosts today.
Well, I just learned your name for the first time, and my name is Spencer Audi.
And I'm MJ.
Yes.
There you go. Oh, MJ had the pause this time. What are you, a bear?
No, I
welcome, guys.
had to breathe.
Tazon Day style.
Tazon Day.
Yeah, since we're on Epic Rap Battles of History, got me thinking back, like, what was on YouTube, like, around that time, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking Tazon Day. I'm talking Wong Fu. I'm talking Rocket Jump or Freddie Wong. Corridor Digital.
The one I always...
Kev Jumba.
Unfortunately, the one that I really liked, I guess the 2 that I really liked in middle school, Philip DeFranco and Ray William Johnson.
Well, they're both back, and they're both alive, and doing literally the same thing that they were doing
crazy.
before.
I haven't watched any of their videos
for you,
in
nothing's
decades.
ever changed.
Decades.
20 years. At least 2 of them.
I haven't seen any of their shit since the 90s.
And you're not even 30.
Exactly. That's how long it's been.
Oh my god. Well, welcome guys to the show. We've got a fun one for you. We've got a couple of topics to
episode
talk
of the
about.
century too.
We are talking about menswear. That's right. Spencer and I, we went to the Beams Plus pop-up.
We did do that.
That's right.
Wow.
How did you hear about
from
it,
you?
I'm curious if you heard about it before.
Yes.
Oh, from literally me right before it happened?
So.
Okay. That's really funny.
But I was excited to go because Beams Plus is a brand I've seen a lot of. And I always really like their stuff. It seems really cool, and it's very jealous of the people that just get to have that as a store that they could go to every day. So it was cool. It was cool to see it in person.
I will say it's not Beams Plus. Actually, it's just Beams Japan. I guess I fucked up there because I think Beams Plus is. I can't even find it on it. I think it's like a different thing. Maybe. I'm like trying to go on Instagram. There's Beams America. Is there Beams Plus?
Is maybe that one of their brands?
There is Beams Plus. Yeah, there's so many different brands on Beams, you know.
And so is Beams Plus like maybe they're kind of like higher end label?
Do you mean beam structure, the structural element that primarily exists loads applied laterally across the beam's axis? No, that's not what I'm talking about. Wikipedia. I'm talking about the great Japanese brand Beams.
Yes. Oh yes.
Beams America.
Beans?
North America.
Yeah, so Beams Japan LA pop-up now open. I guess Beams America is new, or maybe it didn't exist before. But you could still, I think you could still buy stuff online. Is there a Beam store in New York?
I am looking at their international stockists.
There's Beam.
What was that?
There's just a store called
I'm not sure
Beam,
if that is.
but I think that's not.
Yeah,
it's definitely not.
There's definitely stores in New York that stock it. I don't know if there's a dedicated Beam store.
Yes, famously, I don't know about famously, but Blue and Green in Soho, which has like a lot of Japanese like denim-y stuff, and like Capital, they carry some Beam Plus stuff there. But I think you're right, Spencer. I think it's like stores are stockists. They're not. There's not an actual store in the contiguous United States or Alaska or Hawaii for that matter, I guess. So
that's true.
The entirety of it.
But just you wait. Big plans for the people of Alaska.
That's right. They're going to have all the Japanese stores over there.
Yeah.
I don't think it's closer than California, though. I think it's probably further away because it's like more north, I think.
Yes. But we can order it without the tariffs, I guess.
Oh, dear. They did have a Beams Plus limited store in NYC in New York City in January 22nd of 2025. I'm putting my headphones back on because my cable just came off, but I'm putting it on and I can hear everyone now.
No.
Can you hear me now?
But yeah, they had that. So anyway, I was really excited to go to this thing. I guess Beams Plus would have been cooler if it was here because Beams regular is like an everything store.
Yeah.
It's like a whole lifestyle thing. And I guess I might have gotten confused with the Beams Plus pop-up in New York and then the Beams Japan LA pop-up. But either way, we went, Spencer.
Yes, we went.
Yes.
And I still had a good time, even though it wasn't exactly... I mean, I don't know. I'll just say my first impression was like there were a lot less clothes than I was expecting.
Yes, and if we had done our research, we would have known that would be the case.
Uh-huh. But we didn't. We just kind of showed up there.
I knew it was a thing, and then I think, because I'm looking at the website right now, it started in July. The pop-up is like July through September. So by the time this episode comes out, you know, there might have a week or two left to go see it. It is in the Arts District. It's right across from, what's it called? DSM, Dover Street Market.
Oh, DSM.
Which is the big designer store, streetwear and designer clothing.
Which is really quick,
but yeah,
we would have been able to report to you our visit to DSM, but we as we left the pop up, we noticed a really long line into the store, and we were
there were people sitting in chairs, so it was like it looked like they were waiting to get in. But I also saw people inside. I'm like, are these people waiting for something else? And I decided I didn't want to find out because I was not as interested, so we did not do that.
Yeah. We just went to another place, which we will get to later. That's a little teaser.
Little teasy. But yeah, the Beams Japan pop-up, it's right across. It's in a little warehouse thing. Again, I had heard about this. Some people asked if I had gone, a couple weeks ago in July. I wasn't able to, and then I started seeing it on TikTok, and I had a free Saturday morning, and I was like, hey, Spencer and Isabella, do you guys want to go and check this out? And they said
yes.
Yes.
And yes.
And yes, we did. We went there. It's also near Sway, Suay, which is, people who don't know, in LA, it's a upcycle and dye place. So you could go there and you could, you pick out, it's best to go with like a bundle of stuff because I think they pay by like the bag. So you go there and you say, hey, I want all this stuff black or whatever the dyes they have for this particular week or season or something like that. And you go, you get it dyed, you come back. What some people do is they bring clothes to donate for credit to use at the dye bath. I've never done anything there. I was too scared that they would, because I heard that they have like giant vats, which makes sense. But I didn't want my jeans to shrink, my flared ones, so I just did it myself. But I've seen some good results. My ex has done a couple things there, so it's cool. And a lot of the clothing at Sway is kind of what you'd expect from like an upcycling thing. So a lot of chore coats, a lot of like patchwork t-shirts and like sweaters with like different sleeves, or they have some terry cloth jackets kind of cut like sport vests. So it's like a collarless chore coat with pockets.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah.
Made of towels. Again, it's made of towels, not towel fabric. So it's like it's definitely patchwork, and so you have to like look at it and see which one you like the most. And I already have like 3 towel shirts or whatever, so I'm like, I don't need another one.
That's neat.
But it's cool.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. Oh, they have like patchwork jeans. They do. I think they do denim repair. But they might do like it's very basic. It's not. Don't expect like going to like Self Edge or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it used to be in Frogtown. Now it's in the Arts District, a couple blocks away from DSM and the Beams pop-up.
That's neat.
And so the Beams pop-up, like Spencer said, it's full of. It's not full of. It's definitely not full of anything. Yeah. I would say. There's it's like a showroom. There's not a lot of stuff there.
But they had like everything. Well, not everything. A little bit of everything, I should say.
Yeah, of rest.
That's
right. They had. You walk in there. I mean, you'll see the pictures, but there's like it's a lot of like home goods and like quirky things. They had. I actually didn't take as many pictures, because I didn't feel like it. But a lot of like T-shirts of like fun designs on them. Again, Beam stocks other Japan stuff, so there's like a lot of like quirky characters. I think there's like a Godzilla collab or some artist who did the Godzilla
that was cool,
illustration. Yeah, that was cool. They had, I should have taken a photo of it, but they had like a a Jimbei home, like a loungewear thing, where it's kind of like this like kimono style top thing. I mean, you could if you've been to Muji and know what a Jinbei is, and you know, I'll post a photo, I guess, of me wearing my Muji one that I got when I was in Vancouver. But it was like that, but it had pants instead of like the knee length shorts. So kind of cool. Definitely, you know, a bit more elegant version of it, I guess. It was like made of like this like cotton twill or maybe like a linen or something like that. That looked really cool. I think it was funny that the sizes were like large, extra large, because, you know, obviously the Americans are definitely quite a bit. The average American is quite a bit bigger.
Big fat Americans.
Disgusting. Yeah. Time to make America healthy again with my man RFK Jr.
That's right. So we can fit into beams. That's his big thing.
That's right.
We want everyone to be able to buy Asian brands. He doesn't know about the tariffs. He doesn't know.
Yeah, well, Trump didn't tell him, so how would he know? They had a lot of cool like tote bags, you know, kind of in the same like colorway of the LL Bean stuff. They had a cool watch, which I think is I don't know which model of Timex it
looked
was,
like a
but
Timex Weekender or something, but
a little plastic watch with a nylon strap, and then the numerals were the Japanese characters for the numerals. It wasn't Arabic numerals, Arabic math.
Yeah.
Jonah, President Jonah. What's his last name?
Jonah.
Oh, shit, I should know this.
Does he take
Jonah Ryan? It's Jonah Ryan.
Does he like take his wife's last name or something when he?
I think so. Yeah, and then she divorces him when he gets right after his circumcision. I love Veep. That's Mary Holland. Shout her out. They had Orslo denim as well.
That stuff was that was really good.
Jeans. Cut off like type 2 or type 1 cut off jacket, I think, or vest, I guess. And they were like pre-distressed, but I think they were all salvage, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
The main thing that was tempting me was the Sunsurf Aloha shirts.
Those are really good.
I definitely have a picture of those. They had one with like fish and coral and seahorses on them. They had a like sailor collar popover, like a one-piece collar with ships and compasses on them, and then they had another one that had like Hawaiian like animals. I think they had ahi and like different plants or something like that. But that was really cool. Very tempting. They're all like 120 or maybe more, even more than that. Which is a bit steep for an Aloha shirt, because my thing is like, obviously you're gonna wear the Aloha shirt when you're sweating. Like, this is gonna get fucked up really big, really quickly, I guess. Big. And I think but again, my Avanti shirts were like 120, I guess. I bought one of those. That one was pure silk, but I don't know. I guess I just want a more vibrant one. But yeah, that's what I was tempted by. Spencer, what did you like? What did you and Isabella like from the thing?
There was a lot of stuff. A lot of the home goods stuff was really cute, really neat.
I know you said you wanted trays. Right?
Yeah, they had some trays. I didn't end up getting anything. I really liked the Orslo jeans. I was looking at those. They had like buckleback, kind of like the 30s style jeans. And then I think they had just like kind of a regular like 1947 cut. And then finally the really awesome like biker cutoff, the denim vest.
Yeah,
that thing was really neat. Also, I mean, I liked everything that you mentioned. I was kind of I really liked the sailor collar shirt. I thought that was neat. I always like.
Yeah, that was a really cool.
Yeah, I like when like brands kind of reproduce the more niche vintage details like that. But a lot of the trays, like some of the like cup sets, like the ceramic stuff, I really liked. I did get a lot of photos of those, so I can send that over. But the ceramic stuff was like the ones that I was most tempted by. I guess, but because it's like it was also like all priced like pretty well. Like a lot of the stuff was, I don't know, like between like $20 and $35. So it was pretty neat.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the stuff also was branded with like Beams Japan or Beams Japan LA pop-up stuff like that. They had the T-shirts, they had like mugs and like the cups and everything like that. They also had some like art books as well over there from like some Japanese photographer. They had some prints And then on the they also had like these like chairs and stools. Those were kind of expensive. Those like 400 bucks, not $40. And then on the other side, I should take a picture of this, but they had like their really expensive stuff, and it was like cups that were like $100, or like a tray that was like a $200. I don't know what they were made of. I should have taken more photos, but yeah, that's kind of what it was. If you guys want to check it out, it's pretty, like, you can go there and you can check it out. It's nice. Have a little day in downtown LA, or go to the Arts District, which is a couple blocks away. Don't walk around. I guess it's not really walkable, because not that it's not unsafe, but it's like it's farther than you think, and it's not like a pretty walk, so just move your car. It's a very LA thing to do. LA. But there's the Arts District over there, and also the Row, which has it's got High Tide DTLA, which is a Japanese stationery store that also has home goods and clothing now, and then also 316. But let's talk about High Tide, because I know all of us as well, especially your girlfriend and you, who love writing in journals and notepads and all that kind of shit. I bet you guys were a little kids in a candy store over there, or I guess adults in a stationery store.
I mean, yeah, it was fun. We always like going to stationery stores. I have a nice notebook, which is that. Oh man, well I can't remember the name of the brand. Maybe it probably just says it. MD notebook, which is you see these everywhere now. They're like the kind of paper cover, and I have it with a nice leather cover on top of that, which I got from a store in Santa Ana. So that's nice. She is really into like journaling and stationery and stuff like that, because it's like I like it, but everything I get one brand of pens. I get the Skillcraft pens, and I get I guess I get field notes. I get the little pocket notebooks, but now recently I've been using the U.S. military green memoranda books instead, because those are easier to get on Amazon than or they're cheaper. They're just cheaper than the other ones. But it's always fun to see the different little sketchbooks that they have there, the pens. I like office supplies, like the cool, what is it, Penco. I really like Penco. And then later that day, we actually went to another stationery store in Westwood, and they had a bunch of Toyo stuff, which I really like that. Just the really simple metal desk organizers, or pencil boxes and stuff. I love that stuff. So I was tempted to get some of that, but I personally had more fun in the clothing section, where you were looking at some bucket hats, because they had a lot of cool bucket hats over there.
Yeah, they did. They had kind of the sailory style ones, so I think they kind of go more conical and go flat down instead of going out like a typical fisherman bucket hat, or a Daisy May. This is more of that kind of 30s sailory kind of thing. I get not the small ones, but you know what I'm talking about. They had them in white and navy and brown, and they were a little pricey at $120, but they felt really well made. And it's a struggle for those of you who know to go to a flea market and try and find a vintage navy bucket hat, or even a boonie hat or whatever, because they're always so small when you find true vintage ones. No idea why. I guess they shrink in the storage units or whatever. Or they just didn't have our big fat American and modern heads, But those were really cool there.
My grandfather's baseball cap, I have his jacket, which fits me pretty closely, but his hat is so goddamn small, and I've always wondered that. Did people just have puny heads back then?
They did. They weren't smart like we are today.
That's true.
Unfortunately. Yeah. They also had... They're also known for carrying Moonstar, which is, I guess, what we'll get into with Spencer. So they've always had this, but their selection was pretty small, and they didn't have a seating area to try anything on. But for those of you who don't know, Moonstar is a Japanese sneaker brand. It's not deck shoes, but they have these I guess boxing or old basketball style high tops where they are. But more militarized, kind of like a bottom of a deck shoe. There's a big rubber grippy sole and toe cap on them.
Yeah, it looks a little bit more engineered, I guess.
Yeah, and unlike a Converse, these actually have an Oxford closure, because they kind of meet at the middle at the top, which is really cool, because I like that kind of I call it looks very like, you know, like boxing shoes feels very like trussed up. I really like that.
Oh yeah.
Converse obviously do that, but because it actually has an Oxford closure where the two ends meet at the toe cap, it feels sleeker. It feels cooler to me. And they have a lot of them. I was always tempted with like the high top cream or like white with the black sole, which they also have as a low top, which Spencer was also like, you should get these, and I'm like, maybe. But they have also like, you know, they have a green on black, which I think is also very cool, kind of like a monkey
really
boot
like
thing
that
going
one.
on there.
Yeah, that and the white on black are the ones that I really, really want.
Yeah, and because of that, those are the ones that are not on sale.
Yes.
But crazily, they had a couple of colorways that were half off, so half of like, or maybe even more than half, because I think they were originally like 167 or 150,
and I got mine for like 67. Yeah, it was originally like 170,
so,
and I got it for 67, which what a steal! As one of my favorite things in life is to get the deal. I get a small moment of joy, like just a little like today. I went to the grocery store. I got the deal big time. I got myself chicken hoagie for lunch, $1.25. Then I got two.
What? Two? I don't think it's possible to have a meal that's that cheap. Actually,
right?
I guess it's not really a meal.
I had chips at home, and I had an Arizona iced tea at home, so my lunch was $1.25.
Oh, it was it was technically.
Yeah, so there you go. And then I also got two things of chicken breast because it was buy one get one free. So I love getting the deal. This is just to tell you what a deal hog I am. And so I saw these, and I said, I have to get this deal. I can't let this deal slip me by. So I really like the blue ones. I have a pair of blue sneakers, and I don't know if this is just inherent to blue sneakers or just how I wear them and treat them. But both of my blue sneakers have faded to the point where they are no longer blue. Like, they are still cool. I still wear them. But they definitely don't look blue. And I like these, the ones that I got where, if I can consult their catalog, so give me 1 second to grab that.
Consult that catalog.
I'm going to consult that catalog. I believe that the one that I got is the Gym Classic, which I think this is it. Yeah, it looks like it. So this is the Gym Classic in blue, and it's not like a navy blue. It's, I don't know, kind of like a brighter blue. It feels very preppy. It feels very classic, and I've worn it so far with jeans and khakis, and I like it both ways. I go both ways when it comes to these sneakers, and they're very comfortable. I walked around. I spent like 2 days, just like walking around in these things, and was a-okay. So. I think that these are going to be a frequently worn shoe, so I'm really happy with this purchase. And then after I got mine, my girlfriend came in, took a look over there, and she really liked this model. I'm going through the catalog. I don't think they have the exact one in this catalog, but they look like the Light Ballet. They are very similar. If they are not the Light Ballet shoe, this is what they are. This is what they look like. They are kind of like just a slip-on that has kind of like a triangle of elastic in the middle, and then it's white but with like colored accents. So the ones that she got are white with like red accents, so like a little bit of the toe cap and then on the sole. And it's super cute. I know that she was like looking for shoes like that.
I'm looking at it right now.
Like, she was looking through the catalog and she was like, "Oh, I'm going crazy for all these."
Sneaker loafer, I guess. Well, these are, I guess, more of like an espadrille kind of a style thing to them. Flats, but I guess they're like kind of like ballet flats or whatever. They're just or I guess not ballet flats, but they're just flats.
Just flats.
They're called Light Ballet.
But she really wants like totally. She's wanted like a pair of loafers or just kind of like a cute slip-on that's like comfortable, but also like, like something that, she doesn't have a car, so she has to like take the bus, like walk around a lot. So stuff that she could do that in. So these fit the bill, and they were also, I don't think these were on sale. They were just like $30, so it's just like a really affordable shoe, I guess. And so we got her those, and she's worn them the last couple days and really liked them. I think they look awesome. I really like the white with the red. Like, the thing, I don't know, one of the things I like about this brand is like the colors that they use for everything. I love the shade of blue that my shoes are. I love their like shade of olive. I love the kind of like sunflower color, the mustard color that they use. All very nice.
Mustard.
Looking through this, I'd love to get like maybe one of the high baskets, which is like a super old school looking basketball shoe. Although I guess we have the Colchesters, so I kind of am covered in that department.
I don't even have those anymore. I think I sized down too much for those.
I don't wear them that often, but they're good shoes. They're pretty good shoes, and I'm sad that the brand is now like.
Does that company
gone.
even still like?
The brand is like gone.
Yeah, they're.
And then I really want to get the low trainers, the white with the black. I've wanted those shoes for a long time, and maybe I should have just gotten them this weekend, because they had them. But I don't know. Maybe in a few weeks I'll go back and pick those up, because that's a shoe that I've wanted for a really long time. It's like one of the like kind of like U.S. World War II naval deck shoes, that colorway. But yeah, very happy with this purchase. I'm going to be wearing them probably all week, because that's what I do whenever I get something new. I just try to exhaust every possible combination to see how it is.
That's just a menswear thing, right? Like when you find something that you like, you end up wearing it all the time. And then until you tire yourself out.
But yeah, having a lot of fun with these shoes. And then around this time, you had to depart. And so we remained at the row, and we explored a little bit more. We stopped into a fragrance store, shout out Jeremy. And it was kind of, when I walked in there, like, it was literally like that SpongeBob thing where he walks into the fragrance department. It just like fucking hit me. I literally said like, oh my god, like when we walked in. Like at first it was like stinging to breathe.
Just sprayed it.
Yeah, I don't know. I go to fucking Walmart and I get the Old Spice Classic. That's my fragrance. So like, it's always fun to like go in and look. You know, they have crazy shit. They had fucking moth fragrance, dude. They had all these crazy names. I said, what the fuck? This doesn't smell like anything. I don't know what kind of voice I'm doing here. I don't know what character this is, but didn't buy anything because also fragrance is like crazy expensive. So
why smell like things?
Just smell,
like
man.
Yourself.
Just stink.
Smell like
shit, dude. Smell like shit. And so afterwards,
did you get to go to Did you get to go to?
Of course, we got into 316. I saw a lot of cool stuff. I did not, buy anything. I'm not in the. We're fingers crossed going to be getting an order from Bronson.
Oh, that's right. We can talk. Yeah, we'll talk.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with customs, I guess, but we'll hopefully be getting that. And so I didn't get anything, but it was kind of funny because right when I walked in, I was greeted by a mannequin that was dressed like me. Or not like me at the time, but like this is how I just dress when I'm at home and I'm like not doing anything. It was just wearing like a yellow Oxford shirt with jeans tucked in, with like a just like a sleeveless undershirt, and it's like, yeah, okay, that's how I dress. So they were definitely marketing towards people like me. But it was fun. I don't know. It was cool to go through and. I don't know if this is gonna be like a menswear meme. I was like explaining to my girlfriend like all the different types of denim and like, oh, this is a slubby denim versus like this is the different textures of denim. They had some like, I don't know. I'm the one thing that I don't have that I kind of want. I'm like a big sucker for is the kind of like 80s or 90s looking light wash that are also selvage. They had a pair of those, which looked pretty good. I think the tag said that they had like a higher rise or a medium rise, so that's not so bad. I'd love to try that on. A lot of beautiful like jewelry. I really like the jewelry that they had. Cool shoes and stuff. I got some pictures of the shoes. Oh, here's one thing I really liked. They had like kind of like Patagonia baggies, but they were made of the reversible. Like frogskin camo from World War II, and I would really like a pair of those. I think J. Crew sold something like that when I worked there, and that's one of my regrets is not getting it when I could have. Yeah, but
Damn.
that's my report from 316. We also went to one of the vintage stores down there. That like I can't remember the name of it. I got some photos of it, so we can send it. But that one was cool. They had. I mean, yeah, it was just really good Western shirts right up front. That was one thing that actually really tempted me. They had a 70s like pale yellow Western shirt that was still like 100% cotton, or if it was a blend, I think it was like mostly cotton. It felt pretty good. And that was like $60-$70, which I feel like is I don't know, pretty reasonable now for like a good condition 70s Western shirt like that. But I don't know. I love my pale yellow Oxford. I want to get the other versions of that.
Yeah, pale
they
yellow.
They are really
shirts
good.
are
It's
so
a great
good,
color.
man.
We should have the pale yellow episode. We all just wear all pale yellow for a week as an experiment. We're pissed, man.
Yeah. You should have tried on the jeans. I was curious what you would think if you were able to try them on.
Well, we'll save that.
Because me and MJ have the
denim
episode, I guess.
Go to the different denim stores and give my report.
The future.
I'm gonna get my stinky ass on all these jeans and then not buy a single pair. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, MJ, we had a little fun adventure. Just me and you. Well, not just me and you. We went to San Diego for Scott's bachelor party.
Yes, we did.
Party, I guess. Bachelor weekend, I guess, is
Yeah.
more of a better way of putting it. How did you approach dressing for this? I'm curious. Well, I guess we were really only there for like one day.
Like
one full day.
Like full day. I mean,
yeah. And you were driving. Thank you. You drove us down there and you drove us back up.
You're welcome. Yeah, I mean, it was mainly just figuring out the escape room outfit, I think.
Yeah,
because I mean
that was the one day the one full day we had.
Yeah, and I mean, like, yeah, we both we wore that outfit the whole day, so it was kind of like
well, that's my thing, right? That's I'm a one outfit per day. Unless I'm wearing black tie later, like I'm gonna wear that the majority of the day. Like you guys can't, I guess the audience can't see it, but I'm wearing suspenders. I'm wearing white trousers. I was wearing my houndstooth jacket. It's on my bed right now, but I'm, like that's my outfit for the day.
Yeah.
I did change into it after I ate lunch because obviously I'm not gonna wear my lunch and wear white pants, if I can help it. But I did, like for like the past 5-ish hours I've been wearing this. Then I will wear it throughout the evening as like I said, go to Suit Supply. But yeah, I like that you and I, we were like, this is what the escape room outfit's gonna be, and so we're gonna wear that all day since at least 10 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. But yeah.
But the I mean, so the theme of the escape room was
that's right.
It's like a spy thriller. Disarm the nuke. Or I guess, did it start? I forgot already the storyline. Did it start as Disarm the Nuke, or was it?
No, it started out as I think we got like a call that there was something happening in this world market. I don't know, where like in Morocco or somewhere, like North African or like East or West Asia kind of place or whatever. And I think like it was like Arabic, right? I think some of the signs might have been as well. But the terrorists were white in this because that's not how this, it's woke, I guess.
It's the woke terrorist.
But we do get suckered by Spectre. Yeah, we get suckered by Spectre because so we find our way into the secret base, and then we're supposed to like do this thing to this nuke. But I'm like, we all were like, but all of our actions are prepping it for launch. Like that's not, and of course when it happens, the guy who's like guiding us through it is like, sucker, sorry, I hacked into your feed. I'm not actually CIA or whatever. I'm actually the terrorist, and thanks for launching my nuke for me.
He's actually the Mandarin.
And then
is what happened.
Yeah, it was kind of like one of those things. Yeah, like like the set goes down, and it's and then our handler, I guess, is like, oh my god, we've been trying to reach you. Like you guys gotta like defuse the bomb like right now. And we did it in 45 minutes.
That's good.
We did it real good, but yeah, it was as MJ said, the theme was like in a world market inspired adventure thing, and of course you're in a missile silo, which it felt really like a missile silo. It was really cool because it's literally like a part that like on the side, like the case opens up and you see the nuke is in there, and then of course they like kind of paint it so it looks like it's a tube, and you took an elevator, so like you're technically like stories below the surface or whatever. So it felt really cool. But yeah, MJ, what was your fit for that?
Yeah, I did Aloha shirt, OG 107s, and then just a navy jacket. Air boots.
Like spy on vacation, kind of.
Yeah, because it's like
got called in.
Yeah, or like undercover, or called in like out of retirement to like the whole like one last job like while I'm on vacation, like sort of thing. It was kind of cool. That was the thing. I mean, the heat of the day kind of played into it too, but
San Diego.
Yeah,
more like San Diego.
Yeah, they should call it that. I have ridden to the city many times.
Wasn't there a tour bus that was called like that or something that we saw?
Yeah, we passed by it or something like that. Yeah. But yeah, I took the opportunity to wear my riding boots, obviously, and I went with a general adventurer kind of a thing. Maybe not spy, but just like desert adventure. Because I forgot that it was the missile silo. I guess like if you look on the website, it does show some photos of it.
In the
but I was like, I'm just gonna dress for
I think.
Yeah, like the one that you watch before you go inside as you like wait for your turn. But I dressed for more of like the world market kind of a thing, and I guess it also kind of worked for like San Diego. And Old Town San Diego is literally Old Town because it's supposed to be like a mining town or something like that. It's like some weird like I also like kind of like Old West kind of a stuff. So they have like San Diego's a weird fucking place, man. But I wore riding pants and riding boots, and I wore a white field shirt or like a work shirt with a bandana. Then I had a brown plaid sport coat, so a little bit equestrian. I was debating on wearing like a leather jacket, but of course I did not because it was going to be too hot anyway. Didn't want to do a white suit. But yeah, I thought it was a fun little outfit. Got stares all the time, obviously, because I'm a fucking guy wearing riding boots in the desert or the beach of San Diego. I did get a frat guy be like, "Hey man, you ride horses?" And I'm like, "Huh?" And he goes like, "'Cause I do." And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Was he going to accuse you of like stealing horse valor?
He might be actually.
Equestrian
I mean,
stolen.
Yeah, it's really funny that like that's like. It is. I mean, as I said in the previous episode, that's the most cosplay thing I own because, like, not only am I wearing the boots, but I'm also wearing the pants for it, and I do neither. Not neither. I just don't do the riding at all.
You don't do the riding.
Yeah, it's like because like suits, like anyone can wear a suit, anyone can wear an Aloha shirt, anyone can wear a tuxedo or a fedora. But riding boots are definitely a piece of like they're not only are they like anachronistic and dandy, but they're also like for a specific purpose, and so it's kind of fun or funny to like not do that, you know. But yeah, so we wore that, and that was a lot of fun, a lot of wholesome fun, and in San Diego, I also dressed up not dress up. I was myself for both the way down and the way up. I wasn't bumming it. Before I get into those things, the guys wore like all black, I guess, for like spy adventure outfits, which I think is kind of fun. One of our friends, I'm not gonna say his name, but he was wearing like a button-up shirt, like a knit one, and then I thought he was wearing like slides the whole time, and I thought he was gonna change into shoes, and he did change for the escape room, but not the shoes. He changed the top from a knit polo or whatever to like a like kind of goth like short sleeve shawl thing. It had like a hood and everything like that. So he kind of went the opposite. Like he just kind of I don't know what he was doing. I love him, but yeah. Yeah, but like Taylor, I think he wore like chinos with like a black like mock neck and like a beanie. Scott wore like a black nylon field shirt kind of thing with like ventilation. So again, they're kind of like you tactical team versus like spy or like adventure, which is fine, but it's just kind of we're definitely like the stylized, me and MJ, you know. I mean, also, of course, who else would it be to be a stylized thing, you know?
You know, I was I was watching the Amazon Ice Cube War of the Worlds movie. I know I'm weeks behind. Oh
yes, War of the Worlds.
But that just made and you just describing the escape room was making me think they should have an experience where you are like Ice Cube, where you are at a computer. You have access to all the information, and you have to solve something, or you have to stop a nuke or something. That should be something that you can pay $50 to spend an hour doing, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I missed it when all my friends saw the movie, and I should have gone to go see it.
Yeah.
No, not gone to. I should have came over and watched it.
It's a funny ass movie, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It better be.
Yeah,
but here, let's go on to the final part of of the episode.
The final part.
Let's talk about the thing that you guys are all waiting for. Everyone's like, "Fuck, I don't care about your fucking vacation. I don't care about Spencer shopping with his girlfriend. I want to hear about
suits.
Fucking Suit Supply, you know."
And to that, I say, you guys are jerks.
Yeah. They are jerks, actually. I'm gonna jerk off in my suit.
Yeah, dude.
Because you're so mean to me. Don't be mean. I'll come or whatever. Remember that? Remember that shirt?
Of course.
Yeah. Stop bullying me.
Stop bullying me. I'm gonna.
So stop bullying me, or I'll come. Yep. That's how it is.
Yeah, that's how it is.
That's a fetish. I think.
That's how it is, actually.
Yeah. My world of fetish. My fetish world. Welcome to my fetish world. But yeah, Suit Supply. So. I'm kind of glad I kind of dragged my feet on this one because I guess initially I only had one suit. Now I have like 3 of them, and so I've had more time to kind of go with it, and I've been really loving wearing my suits. You guys can read the whole blog post about it. It will be separate, obviously, from the show notes for this because it is a long essay about that kind of stuff. I do get into details, but let me just address something first off the bat here. When you get custom-made Suit Supply, I am talking about going in person and doing made-to-measure. I am not referring to the online service that they have. I never tried it. It is not the same thing. I didn't even know, because people have asked me how I got my fit by online. I said I never even did that. I think when it's online, you can build it off of an existing fit, so it's more like made to order. When I was there in person for mine, that was not the case. There was a fitting garment, and then you pick everything else. You pick like this type of shoulder, this type of lapel. You cannot say, "Oh, can I get the lapel from the Havana fit and put that with the pant of the Duca?" Like you're building it from the ground up. Or you're building it like it's kind of like you're just picking the details, The reason I'm bringing this up is because the Duca jacket, I think, or the Roma fit, whatever one of those ones, has a nice lapel, but it's also all of the jackets ready to wear are inharmonious. They have a little bit of a dropped buttoning point. And so I was curious if I liked this, what would happen? And Jack, who I'll get into in a second, was like, "Oh, I'm not putting that into my computer. Like I'm not saying get the Roma cut. It's just you want the 3-button to roll to, and you want this lapel." Yeah. So it can be kind of tough because I do suggest that when you do this, you try on different models of jackets. That way you can kind of have an idea of how you want things to fit or how you want things to look. I think they have some kind of standard fit. I think the Havana is probably like their main one, but it's like a soft shoulder 3-roll too, so you can get kind of an idea there. But of course, with pants, like only some suit models have high-waisted full pants. The rest of them are like mid-rise or slim or whatever like that. So it's kind of hard to imagine what it will look like. But if you try on a lot of stuff, at least you'll have like a mental image of kind of like a Frankensteining this kind of fit together of what you want to communicate to the person you work with. As I say in the blog post, my fitter is Jack, who is a real life friend of mine. So again, your mileage may vary if you're in New York or you're in Florida or you're in San Diego and working with someone else, compared to the Century City one that Jack works at. Again, he also doesn't work every day. Like it's a scheduling thing, so I don't know how it works. But I just texted him like, "Hey, I'm thinking of buying a suit. Can you put me on the calendar and just tell me when you want me to come in?" So again, take all this with a grain of salt, okay? As I said before, too, Sirhan and James both had their suits made first before me, and so I kind of had an idea of what it would look like. Sirhan got kind of a fit that is closest to what we like: high-waisted, straight leg, double-pleated trouser, side tabs with a double-breasted jacket. Whereas James had more of a crazy thing because he did like a flared trouser, flat front, high-rise, as short a waistcoat as possible, and a padded extended shoulder single-breasted peak lapel. And so and there's photos of him that I've posted in the blog post, and it came out pretty well for him. And so this is kind of up to you how well you communicate and your salesperson. And I say that because your fitting garment is a moderately or unpadded shoulder, 2-button notch lapel, mid-rise slim fit trouser with belt loops. So the thing that you're trying on doesn't look like the thing you're going to get. What it basically feels like is you're wearing that, and then you're telling, or your salesperson is, what they're doing is just adding inches and telling the computer where to put things. And the limit of how far you can go or how much allowance is based on the base that you try on. So for example, a 40, you're going off of a 40 regular. There's no 40 short. There's just a 40 regular. And then you just like tell them, okay, you want this to be this much longer or this much shorter. And then Jack also has to go in there and adjust where the buttoning point is. You can't make it go too far down, obviously, because like that's just the system is limited there. But for things like high-waisted trousers, you can't just say I want a 15-inch rise on a 32. The 32 might be maxed out around like 13 inches or whatever. So it's like you can't just go crazy. There's system in place to do that. But thankfully for me, I am pretty good to an off-the-rack jacket in their 52 or 42 fit. I'm a 40. Actually, that's not. I think I'm a 42 or 52 in ring jacket now too. But that's how you try stuff on. You try things on ready to wear, then you compare that to the fitting jacket, and then you say, okay, I like that from this. Jack, can you measure that one? And then split the difference between these two, like between the ready to wear one and the fitting one. Again, a typical salesperson might not want you to do all that work. But I think it's important, again, to like kind of get an idea of what you want it to fit like. Again, also because some jackets at Suit Supply, some ready-to-wear ones, their shoulders are narrower than others. I think Havana is soft shoulder, but kind of a natural, so it ends right at the bone, or it's a little bit narrower than like some of the other ones. So again, you just have to like try things on, or bring a if you wear a ring jacket or whatever, you can wear that and like say like I want it to fit like this, and then Jack will measure it, or whoever will do it. But I'm pretty good at a 52 off the rack. And the sleeves, obviously, I widened the sleeves. I widened the shoulders a little bit. Apparently, Jack dropped my buttoning point, but it didn't become inharmonious. And so he was very surprised. He was very happy about that. And I was very happy about that, too.
That is, he would have been ruined.
Yeah. I think my jacket is also, about a quarter of an inch longer than the regular 40, because I think, again, the 40 is like this, like, it's a very run-of-the-mill normal jacket, or 42, whatever it is, and it might be a little bit shorter. But again, you're wearing it, so just, put your hands down, you can just tell them, He can always pin it to make it shorter, but of course, to make it longer, you do have to, like, mentally, you have to, like, imagine that. But when I went, I did try on things. I also brought my Atelier Fugue jackets. I also brought my ring jacket, because I was like, okay, Jack, we're going to go through all of this stuff and then compare which one is like the best fit that you think, and then I'm trying to approximate that with the supply system. Trousers was an interesting story, though, because that's the one where all of us would be concerned with, because it's the wide leg is not a standard thing that they do. So, and it's definitely not the fitting garment you have on, right? It's mid-rise, it's super slim, or at least slimmer than what most people think of who are into classic menswear. And so it really is a game of like Jack, like we're measuring from where we're having the pants sit normally, and then Jack measures where I want them to be, and he says, okay, we're going to add X amount of centimeters here for the front rise and here to the back. And then, he'll measure your inseam and out seam, and then you'll get the right length, or you can also ask for it to be unfinished, that we can get it cuffed later, which I always recommend for like the first one. That way you can just apply that for the next one. And then there's like thigh measurements, knee measurements, and leg opening measurements, and it's all about just adding it to the base of the base garment. Now the pants are again the hardest part because we started out with a bigger size. Jack was concerned that maxing out the one that I had normally, which is I think a 33 waist, or maybe 34, would have been too small, and he knows I like a high waist, and he also wants me to have a straight leg. So the mindset was start bigger, make it smaller, right? Because that way you have extra fabric. So I think what I went with was like a 36 waist. And then we added a bit of inches to the front and back, and then kind of kept it fairly straight. But when that came in, it had a lot of issues, which you'll see in the photos, where I did try and get it fixed up. So I don't have it when I immediately got it, but the thigh was really big because I had them pleated. So not only was it wide, but then it was kind of flaring out at the hips, or kind of jodhpuring, because of the extra allowance that getting double pleats would do, right? It's kind of hard to approximate, the finished measurement with a pleat, right? So that's kind of me and Jack's bad on there. And I was able to save it at my tailor, but because we took it in so much, including the waist, my pockets are behind where they should be, kind of. I'm talking about my side pockets. So they're kind of if I put my hands in my pockets normal, they'd be kind of going back a little bit, because you're taking a big pair of pants, and I had to to take it in from the sides. So we had them remade, and the remake had an issue where it started to kind of get this kind of weird little fold in the front panel. Actually, that also happened previously, and we think it's also because with the measurement, right, of the waist, going from a 36 and then adding in the pleats, there's a lot of excess in that kind of front. If this is my penis, this front, if I'm standing sideways, you have the seat and the front part of it. It's like a cylinder. That first semicircle that's pointing where your penis is, there's too much extra fabric in there. So when you take it in and then where it's supposed to be, you get this kind of fold, because it's just excess fabric just kind of floating around. It's collapsing on itself. And this is an issue that I had with Suit Supply the whole time. Obviously, we for the remake of the navy pants, we went from a size 30, my actual size, and we just maxed out what we could there, and it ended up being really good. The leg opening is still 10 inches. It's what I found is that I need my thigh to be a little bit slimmer, but have it be straight from there down, and that worked out. Worked on navy. The brown was good, but the white pants, I think because it's white, you can see wrinkles more, and I put way more details in the blog post. But we remade the white pants. What we did was we made the hips slightly smaller. We also lowered the back rise, so maybe that way it would be more taut all the way around. That way it wouldn't collapse as much. But it could also just be the fabric. 4-ply is a dense, kind of dry fabric, so it does lend itself to the kind of collapsing and folding. Because it's supposed to be wrinkle resistant, but it's a little bit rigid, that in that way. So a fold in it might look a little bit weird. What's interesting though is that my navy and brown ones don't have the issue as prominently as the white or the cream. Could also be because of the color, right? On the cream stuff, a shadow will be more prominent. But it could also be that me and Jack were discussing the dye. It could be the dye of the fabric, where the white is a bit more natural, right? But because brown, especially the brown, to get it to be that dark, I think the material is processed a little bit more, and as a result, my dark brown suit feels softer and more plush than the cream and the navy. Mm-hmm. So that's also just something that I'm sure that applies to every kind of fabric mill, but I think we've kind of hit the wall with what we could possibly do with the trousers. There's just no way to kind of because you can't. What I'm trying to explain, and you'll see it in the photos, but it's kind of hard to explain on audio. But it would be if this is the fly, there's a bit more extra fabric right here, but you can't take in things into the fly. That's just not how that works. But it could just be like I have like a hollow space on my body just between my penis and thigh, I guess. I don't know what else to call it. But like there's just it doesn't happen on the left side. It could be because the fly on that side is holding things up more compared to the other side. I don't know specifically. And I know all of the people listening to this would be like, oh, that's why you get bespoke clothing, and I get it.
I wonder if anyone has ever pushed Suit Supply to its limits like you have. I wonder if someone in the corporate office is like, what the hell is going on over here?
Well, what I've heard from Jack is that there's a reason why when you see all the custom stuff that the people there like Brandon get, they don't do double pleats. I think the pleats are the issue. The pleats are too deep maybe, and that contributes to the excess fabric in that area. So like, but I don't think that I need to take in the hips anymore. The hip measurement. Also, taking it in from the hips doesn't help because that's the outside fabric, not the area where the fly is, But again, like looking at it, like it's not that bad. It's just because it's white, you get to see it more. With the brown and navy ones, it depends on how I stand and how the fabric like drapes. But I really like how they came out. The jacket itself is really cool. The jacket obviously is like the easiest thing to wear. It's just like it kind of is just a 3-year-old to in their 40 with natural shoulder, just a little bit more extended in the shoulder, a little bit longer in the body, and definitely more room in the sleeves all the way down. I will say with QC, I've had to get the sleeve shortened every time I've been there. I even if we've shortened it each time, I feel like maybe we're not shortening it enough. They do their measurements in centimeters, so maybe it could be like we should have done it in inches. But at this point, right, my current one is still slightly long, but not too long, and so I'm just gonna keep it where it is because I'm like I don't feel like waiting another week or so for this thing because as you guys know, I've been wearing my Suit Supply suits a lot.
I mean the cut that he managed to get out of it is really, really good. It does look so much like those kind of like 70s trad like Ivy suits. So that's definitely makes me want to get one.
It's honestly like I like what they had. It's just about the pants, right? It's always the thing. That's why I had Atelier Fugue for a long time. And, I think with Atelier Fugue, I had some pant issues as well. I have like a TikTok thing or an Instagram reel about it. Nothing wrong there, but I think one of the major reasons I enjoyed this is because I was able to talk through it with Jack. And even though Jack, this is not bespoke, we're not like cutting this. He knows the system. He knows what he's made for himself. There were other people there. And that's why we were able to kind of approximate this, be like, okay, if we're extending this, how would this affect here, and evaluating it as it comes in. Because with Atelier Fugue, I love Dave, but we do it through Zoom, when we talked, or it's just me and my tailor and me looking in the mirror and like figuring out what to fix, and having this kind of like tangible thing. We've talked about tangibility before, is just much better, or more helpful for me, especially when my thing is a lot more intensive than typical, right? Because Dave has a high waist, but he doesn't really do wide leg pants, and obviously wide leg pants in general are harder to fit because of their like with issues like this with being taught. Like a slim fit pant will just kind of come in, but like if it's wide, any kind of weird issue will be seen because it'll affect how it drapes. And I'm just lucky that me and Jack were able to get the kind of like the best we could out of it. And it's still a thing that we were kind of coming across, like again lowering the back rise every so often because that's just what we needed to see. I have a flat seat, and so having that back rise be shorter instead of it being tilted means that it'll catch on the small of my back better, so that you won't have any wrinkling, or you'll reduce wrinkling in like the seat and hip area. It's stuff like that I kind of knew before, but being able to talk about it and seeing it in a place that has a giant mirror in front of you, the place that's built for that, was really helpful.
Nice.
And also, I like that we were able to do the 4-ply fabric at Suit Supply, because that's like it's closest to Crisp Air, and everyone knows how much I like Crisp Air. MJ has my Crisp Air suit now. It definitely is. The Suit Supply one, I think, is Rogna or Rog. No, it's Rogna because it's Rogna, not Ragna, which sounds like a Star Wars thing. But theirs is a little bit rougher. It feels more closer to like a Fresco than like a Crisp Air. I mean, MJ, you've had it, and also I wore that suit for like almost 4 years, and so it's definitely softened up. Yeah. But the I like the fabric there. It's very appropriate for LA, and Yeah, I'm just very lucky. I don't know if I should say this, but we did have a lot of remakes. I think that their system has that available to you. Obviously, they will dissuade you from doing that often, but I think that they offer it because they you get it finished, right? This is made to measure. It's like Indochino or like Fugue, where you don't get like a fitting garment. You just order, like, you get the measurements and you order it. And so they do offer that in cases where it's a lot. Of course, with the pants, we definitely had to do that, you know. But in terms of like jackets or whatever, it's good to kind of be cognizant of it. I did get a jacket remade because I think that they messed up on one of the shoulders was a little bit weird on there. It could also be me because that was the first jacket I got, so like maybe we should have went wider, but we decided to remake it just to kind of like fix the how it sat on the shoulders, because that's kind of hard to also fix at a tailor as well, and especially also natural shoulders. I can hear Kiyoshi being like, that's why you gotta do padded shoulders, because that way it'll stay taut, right? But if it's soft, you know, you get to see every single imperfection in your posture because there's nothing kind of keeping it there. So I totally get that. But in terms of design stuff, I know that I'll finish off with this because people have been asking me about this. Suit Supply over the years has gotten a lot of cool design stuff available to them, right? There is like the low gorge double-breasted suit, or double-breasted style. So it's like a, it's more like an Armani one, because I saw it in person. It's not like a 40s one. And by say Armani, it is low on the body and it is a lower buttoning point. And also the buttons, I think, are spaced a little bit differently. You know, obviously a low gorge with wide set buttons feels very 30s, but when it gets closer together, it looks more 80s, 90s, which is kind of what they were going for, right? That's kind of like the kind of mood of Suit Supply. It's also the zeitgeist in general. They also have a couple of notch lapel options. They have like the regular notch. They have a thing called the concave notch, which kind of like is a reverse belly, right? But that's cool, and it has like a very wide open notch. Looks very Spear and McKay, which also has a reverse belly, which both look like an approximation of the Anthology lapel, which has a concave belly as well. I opted for the regular notch because I felt like the concave one might be a little bit too stylized. You know, I might not like it moving forward, even though sometimes some 30s lapels has a kind of very swooping look to it. And the regular notch, which I got in a wide, their normal wide one, can look a little bit 70s because it's a bit sharper. Like the notch isn't blunted. That's the thing with the concave one, where it's concave and it's blunted, but the notch is also like wider. But I like the regular notch. You know, it looks kind of 70s, but of course if you style it 30s, it's fine. Like, I know that people have always like, I'm a very big fan of, you know, the kind of 30s lapel, and I wish you were able to get that, but there's something about like lapel styles that you have to do that from the patterning point, right? That's just like something you have to design from the get-go when you're making this stuff, when you're making the whole system for it. And I think it's fine. I enjoy wearing it. I've worn, you know, the Atelier Fugue notch lapel is also kind of 70s or like 60s looking, which is why I like it. You know, it's very Ivy, like you said, Spencer. I got horn buttons, obviously. I do three on the single-breasted, and I unbutton the middle one so it looks like it's a 2-button, because they can't do a 2-button, unfortunately. And then on the double-breasted ones, I get a standard 4. Everything is butterfly lined with the Bemberg lining tonal. I got jetted pockets and patch pockets. I do like the regular patch. I do not like what they call, I think, like the tulip one, where like that's the one where like it like MJ on my brown suit has, where it kind of comes up and makes the opening smaller on the patch pocket. I know that's very Italian. People like that. I do not like that because I like to put my hands in my damn pockets. So I got that. They do not have the machine, the swelled edge, which makes sense because that's a weird thing that people, you know, get. And they do offer different amounts of pick stitching. They have like 3mm and 6mm. I got 6mm because it's further in, so it kind of feels like it's a swelled edge, and I do that on both the single-breasted and double-breasted jackets. And yeah, I mean, I really like it. I did not get the low gorge DB. I got the regular DB style, which looks very Ralph Lauren. It looks very 40s, 30s. You know, like the buttons are pretty wide. The peak itself is a little high, not too high, but it feels very horizontal, which I really like. And it just looks amazing, I think, the way that they've designed it. And the buttoning stance and then the buttoning spacing is also really good. And yeah, I just I got a Barchetta breast pocket. I don't trust them to do a patch pocket because
it's gonna be too small.
I feel like sometimes patch pockets are too small. Exactly, Spencer, you got it. And I would also be scared if they put it too high on the thing, and I don't want that. That's happened to me with Fugue a couple of times. But yeah, they've been my favorite to wear a lot. I mean, I've been, you know, when I was growing up, or getting to menswear, I really wore separates a lot. You know, not only was that feel more Esquire man, and it's just because suits were harder to find, obviously. So I would wear like 80s pants with sport coats, like rain jacket or whatever. And I did that. I still do that today. You know, because pant fit is really hard, but having it now as a full suit has helped me do it. Like I've been wearing a lot more suits lately than separates. It might be hard to tell, but that is the truth. I promise you that. And it just feels so nice having a wide leg and everything like that. I still have the Fugue suits that I have. I've sold some to MJ and Jay, and you know, I don't know if I'm going to replace all of them at this point because some of them are still good, but I just like the way the pants fit better on the Suit Supply one, just because I was able to kind of go through it a couple times with Jack, obviously. But yeah, they're great. I wear them as separates a lot as well, but nothing beats wearing a full suit, and nothing beats having a full suit that you kind of had a hand in making. Obviously, Jack was a big help there, but also, like, you know, we had a lot of back and forth. You know, we did work on this together and make the fit that looked like something Ethan Wong would wear, and it really is that, to the point where, you know, people are like, "That's Suit Supply," you know, in my comments all the time. And it's just really funny, you know, like when I walk in there, like I'm going to tonight in a couple of minutes or so, where like my suits look different than the staff that's working there. You know, obviously they have a uniform for this stuff. They have a strict uniform of like the fits and the things they can wear together. But it's just really fun that, like, you know, obviously when someone is getting their appointment made, I'm just like making small talk as I wait for Jack or help my friend out while he's changing. They're like, "Oh, where'd you get your suit from?" I'm like, "Oh, it's from here." They're like, "Whoa, you could do that here," you know? And one of my coworkers, I think, they told me that their fiance got a suit inspired by me. They just used my photo, and I told them to go to my friend Austin down in San Diego. Shout out Austin Malott.
That's right.
It's a little bonus for you guys, for being a Sadcast fanatic. But yeah, people have also come into Jack and getting stuff. And again, like Sirhan was the first one, I guess. And then Scott also got a suit there for his wedding. We didn't do the same exact thing because, you know, Scott's not a super vintage menswear guy or a menswear guy in general. So we tapered his pants slightly. But it's also cool because Scott's like a size like 54 or 64, I guess, if you want to put the European measurements. And he was able to get a really nice suit. It looks really cool on him. I'll put, you know, there's a photo of him in the blog post as well. But like, I'm just surprised that we were able to do this. And like I mean, you know, if you've been following Suit Supply, you'll know that, you know, they've been doing wide fits lately. They were, you know, they kind of, it's really funny, right? Like the Suit Supply was like the darling in like the hashtag menswear era, and then it became Spear McKay because Spear McKay was doing the whole Neapolitan thing and like the pleated high waist pants, while Suit Supply was still stuck in the past. And now Suit Supply has just gone in on like, you know, full leg, you know, the double breasted. I guess, you know, obviously the low gorge is proof that they are paying attention to the zeitgeist, so they're more on it now, probably because of TikTok and everything like that. And when you go in there, right, they have like their version of like Laura Piana open walk. So you have their version of like the rose loafer, or they have like black boat shoes, black suede boat shoes, which I think were kind of trending in a couple, or like last season or last year's spring summer season. You know, they have knit polos there. They have like,
oh, that's great.
They have long point collars. They're not super spear pointy, but they are long, you know, and they have them in like reverse stripe, you know, and it's like, it's cool. This is not sponsored by them, obviously, because I paid for my damn suits. They didn't give those to me for free. But like it's cool. They have stuff that looks like stuff that we would wear. They have like abstract design ties, and again, it's probably because the '90s is kind of close to the 40s and 30s, right? With the kind of like abstract geometrics and the foulards, and and like yuppie style is kind of apparel arts, and so it's cool to kind of see that. I guess if you were built different than me, you might be able to get away with like an off the rack suit from them, but the custom isn't that much more than what they got. I think it's like like I think a ready to wear is like 1,000 or right under 1,000. It's like 1,200, which is kind of like what Fugue was for getting fully canvassed. I will say their full canvas is thinner than the Atelier Fugue one. Atelier Fugue has a bigger, much heavier canvas. It has a lot more drape in the body. I'm a little disappointed that the Suit Supply ones don't have that. They say it's full canvas. I can't imagine what the half or no canvas one feels like, because I feel like it'd be like paper. But it's fine, especially if you get it in like the fabric that I got. Where it is inherently more drapey and more dense. But yeah, I like it. I haven't tried any other fabrics there. I don't know if I will try them.
I'll be the one to try another fabric, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
I'll report back.
I mean, we got to go together because I'm going to take Joseph there. And Joseph, for those of you who don't know, he's my friend. He's like 6'2". He's a huge guy. He does CrossFit. He does Highland. He's training for the Highland Games. He's like, there's a video of him like throwing a stone, like, for practice. And so
he throws stones.
That's right. He's a big guy. And he's about.
Dude, I'm throwing stones.
Yeah. And he's going to get a cool double-breasted, or I don't know, actually. I don't know if he'll be able to talk into that. But, it's cool that he's able to do it. And with Jack, obviously it helps because he is a big vintage enthusiast guy. He knows his stuff, and knows the system enough to translate it to the Suit Supply system. I will say I did not see him input these things into the iPad. I do not know what the iPad layout looks like. I don't know. Like a lot of it is me communicating. Yeah, I'm communicating what I think should be done. And Jack is like, I got it, and he writes it down there. When he says we're going to increase shoulders by 1 inch, that means half an inch on both sides or whatever that is, and he's putting that in there. I don't know if it's a diagram of a body and there's like a one on this side, one on this side, or it's just an overall measurement. Yeah, I don't know. I again, this is why I'm not going to do Jack's job for him. Okay, the whole point of this is so I don't really have to do it like to have a bit more of an in person or a back and forth than me and Dave. And again, me and Dave, we've done a lot of great stuff together. The suits I made are really good there. And maybe if I was in New York and I moved a long time ago, whoever's listening to this, maybe everyone's always asking me, maybe the suits would have been the same, but I kind of just wanted a little bit of a difference. And also be able to touch the fabric too, just a little bit of a difference for me. And see it, that's right. Sorry, Jay. But yeah.
That was funny.
That was funny. Why wouldn't you send the color that you like to him? Whatever, it's fine. But yeah, nothing beats being tangible. We've had a lot of we have an episode on the tangibility, the importance of tangibility, as well as things that I would consider for custom. And so this is kind of like a those two worlds colliding, be able to kind of act on that and apply what I've learned.
Collide.
But yeah, I enjoy my suits. Again, I don't know what the next one will be or whatever, if I'm going to upgrade my gray suit, because I do love the 4-ply. Again, my Atelier Fugue suits are not 4-ply. My navy one is a hop sack, which is fine, but it is, it's more of a jacket material. My gray one is a sharkskin, which is fine. I like sharkskin, but the 4-ply itself has a texture to it. It's matte. It's breathable. It feels better to wear as separates. It looks really good altogether, the suit. There is like a reason why I like the 4-ply, and I'm glad that they had it, because I feel bad. Adam got a suit made from them like 5 or 6 years ago, and they did not have 4-ply at the time, and he did not want like a shiny twill like worsted, so he got a hop sack suit, kind of similar to my Atelier Fugue one, but from Suit Supply. And so now they have it. So this is not saying that you guys have to try out Suit Supply. I just had a good time. It did take a long time. It did take a lot of back and forth. It did take a couple of remakes, obviously.
Yeah.
And again, your mileage will vary with who you're working with here. You could, follow Jack. I'll put Jack's Instagram on the Instagram if you on the blog post if you want to reach out to him or whatever. If you want to work with him and get something made at the Century City location. I don't know. He's a busy guy, also, but yeah,
he's a completely busy guy.
Yeah, but if any other Suit Supply people are listening to this, I don't know why you would. But if any other menswear guys are like, hey, I could do that too. I work at Suit Supply. Then do it, dude. Tell me. I'll tell people to go to you, I guess. Or you can always go bespoke. You can do ring jacket ring jacket's not bespoke, but tailor-cade I think would be the ultimate one. I feel like for all of us, but we don't have that money, and I'm not as picky right now. I just want to wear a suit that fits what I like, and I did, and I like them. They look good as 30s suits or approximating 30s. They look good as 70s suits. They look good like approximating Armani. They look good with my, multiple pattern mixing. They look good with my sports shirts and Aloha shirts. It just looks like, I just got new suits, and it's been really cool. Also because I was getting bigger and I needed to do that, so it's also good to address those things. But guys, thank you for listening. Don't forget to look at the blog post with all of the pictures if you want a really detailed thing. I know this is a long part of the podcast, but I really get into it in the blog post, kind of detailing the experience and my thoughts on it. So it's really cool. Again, shout out Jack, who is a real life friend. This is not sponsored. This is just literally because my
real
friend,
life friend.
But literally my friend. I was there when he got the. Not got hired. I wasn't there for the interview, but I was there when he got in contact with one of the Suit Supply guys. Like, one of those guys went to a Scott Fraser event, and then I was like, dude, you should get a job there, because previously Jack was working at a women's fashion brand in the office, and he wanted to work in tailoring. And I'm like, well, Suit Supply is kind of on the up and up, so you should check it out. And now he works there. He's been there for about a year. And so again, I probably would not have done this if my friend did not work there and wasn't super patient with all my questions. Nice. So again, grain of salt. But who knows, next MJ and Spencer. Well, MJ's getting the fucking Hall Madden ones. Those are good. They just don't fit my body right now. I was like, MJ doesn't need to do that. It's just Spencer, who's not my size. So,
That's true.
Yeah.
He's got to do it. Well, thank you all for listening. If you guys want to keep the conversation going, or if you guys wish you saw me talk about the stuff while it was happening and all the fit stuff, you can go to patreon.com/StyleAndDirection. $5 a month gets you access to our Discord where we talk about this stuff. Lots of great conversations there. Lots of great eBay links. It's one of the best menswear communities. I wish I could make it free, but it's not. So I'm sorry.
It's just not.
It's just not. You also give access. We give you the access to our archive of bonus episodes where we talk about the Phoenician scheme, Secret of the Incas, Jaws coming out soon, guys.
That's
maybe by the time this episode is out, it'll be out. Lots of great movie stuff on there. We love talking about movies. So if you're interested in that, go on to the Patreon. If you want to double your $5 amount and give $10 a month, nothing else happens except MJ thanks you. MJ, who are we thanking?
We are thanking our Sidecast fanatics Shane Curry, Philip Gregard, Henrik Wilberg, Mason Ritchie, and Alexander Batten.
We appreciate y'all so much, guys. And Austin, he got that extra shout out earlier today. Bonus shout out. You can follow the Instagram at Style and Direction. You can follow me at Ethan M. Wong.
I'm at Spencer DSO.
I'm at MJ.
You gotta get that delay, baby. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.